Not sure I'm going to post this video, but we'll see. If I do post it, it's going to be very stream of consciousness. I'm off today until later. I had an appointment early, and then I have some training to do later, just one session. So I have some time. I'm getting some stuff done around the house, but of course I'm up on social media. It's part of what I do, both as a musician and as a trainer, is to be up on social media, and I see so much going on there that it's just so discouraging. Everybody's very, very polarized about this election, and I just wish, which is a very weak word. I've always thought that was a very weak word, but I just wish if you take all the rhetoric and all the blaming and all the attacks aside, you could just set them completely off, because there's valid points on both sides as far as, you know, who's done illegal things or maybe immoral things, and who has done things that maybe even are criminal, and who's being investigated for what. There's just both sides of the fence, you know, between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are full of that. So all you're really left with is who you believe is the most qualified for the job, and who you believe in your heart is sending the message that you want to see put out in the world for the next 4 years or 8 years. And then it's just that choice, and then just make that choice. There's no need for you to defend yourself or to attack anybody else for their choice. I just don't understand why this has to happen so much. I mean, it's okay to have, if someone differs from your opinion, it's okay to have a discussion about it. It's okay to have an intense discussion about it. But why does it always seem to get down to violence, whether the violence is physical or just emotional? It doesn't have to go that way. It's just hard to witness so much anger, but it's not even anger. It's actually what I would call self-righteousness on both sides of the fence. You know, it's no wonder why people are saying, I'm not going to vote for either one. I'm going to vote for a tree, or, you know, or anything, because it's very easy to get just really, really tired of this, of the people that are basically the what would I call them? The extremists on both sides, who think that they have some sort of moral obligation to impose their choice on everybody else. You know, I mean, you know, all the violence that has happened at the Republican conventions, the thing that happened in Florida where somebody blew up a Republican, place where they were doing Republican reporting, you know, threats made to people who are voting either way. I just don't understand it. You know, it's just horrible. So I guess, if anything, this video is just a plea. I'm not trying to convince you who to vote for. I don't want to. I know who I'm voting for, and the people that know me know who I'm going to vote for. And I certainly don't want to sit there and try to convince you who to vote for. That's not my place. My place is just to ask people to make their choice from their head and their heart, and leave it at that. You know, if someone else is going to make a different choice than you, then just leave it. We have way more important things to do. So that's it. I really, today's Halloween, and Halloween has actually always been a special time for me, even though I haven't celebrated as much these past 5-6 years as I used to, with the exception of last year in Carolina. But it's always been a special time for me, because it's always like the gateway to the holidays. I've always loved the holidays. I always like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. They always seem like they always gave you kind of a reason to get through winter. I'm not a skier. I don't engage in winter sports. So these things made winter kind of magical, and the fall and the winter very, very homey. And so these seasons have always been very precious to me. And this one has definitely been colored by this feeling of schism, of intolerance, and of division. And, I just wish, and again, I don't like that word, but I can't think of a better one. I just wish maybe we could find a way to allow everybody their choices. And this goes. I mean, I'm gonna get off this really quick because I don't want to be on here for very long. But this goes for everything. We do this with the gay versus straight, quote unquote issue, and there's no issue. It's what you prefer. The whole LGBT thing. What difference does it make? Someone's doing something, and that's just it. There are ramifications, in parts of these things where people are making choices that then maybe impose on the insurance system. But that has to do with everything. That has to do with someone's choice to overeat. That has to do with someone's choice to under-exercise or not exercise at all. And they're making choices. And yes, there's definitely issues there that need to be looked at and addressed. But for the most part, what we're trying to do is impose our morality on other people. And the sooner we stop doing that, the better off everybody's going to be. I mean, it's so funny, but we are a nation that's basically founded on religious freedom. But if when you see a lot of the dogma these days, it's almost going back to religious intolerance, especially with all the things that have been going on with extremists, again, with terrorism. Now we have someone to blame, so we'll just demonize a whole population that has nothing to do with that. No different than what happened with the Jewish people, under the Nazi regime. They were demonized, and then that gave everybody an excuse. As soon as you demonize anybody for any reason, you have an excuse to act in any way that you think is appropriate. And if that means physical violence, extermination, I mean, it just doesn't end. It makes me very, very tired. It's like, oh my God, haven't we got past this yet? Apparently not. So, like I said, if you can stop for just a minute and allow people their choices. If you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. If you want to vote for Hillary Clinton, vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want to vote for, a third party you want to write in, go do that. As I said on my Facebook page, I really do believe in my heart that this is a binary election. We will have either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And I also do believe that a vote for an independent thing is a vote for Donald Trump. So, if you're cool with that, then go do it. Then go do it. Make that choice yourself. But don't try to tell people that they're wrong or stupid or ignorant and then dredge up a bunch of facts and figures that you got from the internet, because everybody can find facts and figures that validate their point of view. So you don't need them. Follow your heart. Listen to what your heart is saying. And then follow that. If you think Trump is the best qualified person to run the United States of America, vote for him. Don't try to, demonize Hillary Clinton and then she has to go to jail. And if you think Hillary Clinton is the best qualified person to run the country for the next 4 years or 8 years, vote for her. And there's no need to make Trump an idiot or a rapist or anything else that's been touted across the internet as well. God's sakes, make the choice. Just make a decision and allow everybody else the luxury of doing that. That's what we're supposedly founded on. So there it is. Again, I don't know if I'm even going to post this, but I just had to get it out of my head. I'm sitting here wishing you guys peace, and I'm wishing you guys hope. I'm wishing you guys hope in uncertain times, and I'm wishing you guys that you find clarity to take yourself forward and to take your own message out into the world. Everybody does that every day. We take our own message out into the world. I hope you can do that. I hope you feel that today. It's a beautiful autumn day here in the Northeast, and wherever you are, I hope you're experiencing that. And I wish you all my best. Be well.